Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In this video, we are going to recording the programming development steps. Programming development steps. What is the programming development steps is nothing but whenever we are going to developing the programs, we are going to following these particular steps. That one will come under into the programming development steps. Generally, for any programmer, we are going to considering usually two types of programmers we are going to see in the real life: successful programmers and non-successful programmers. Usually, programmers, if they want to success in their career, they should follow this particular programming development steps. Without following this particular programming development steps, simply straight away directly, if they are going to developing the particular they are going to writing the programs, they won't be the successful programmers. Because of that reason, we are going to concentrating on the programming development steps. First one is nothing but whatever the task we are going to considering. For that one, we have to prepare the algorithm. Along with that one, we have to prepare the flowchart. Once the preparation of the algorithm and flowchart, we have to start the coding. Once the coding is completed, we have to compile and we have to run that particular program. Okay, first of all, we will see what is the algorithm. Algorithm is nothing but some steps to solve a problem. Means already we specified that we are going to taking the some particular task or particular problem. How we are going to solving the particular problem in a simple English, we are going to writing this particular algorithm. It is also called as the pseudocode, and it should satisfy the some of the properties. What are the properties means? Here, for any algorithm, while we are going to writing that particular algorithm, already we specified that it is nothing but the solving a problem. Because of that reason, it is going to be taking the 0 or more than one out inputs it is going to be taking, or at least one quantity should be produced. Means after completion of this particular set of programs, it should complete a particular task. Each instruction should be clear. It should not have any ambiguity, and each and every means after completion of this particular set of instructions, it should complete the problem, and it should not enter into the infinity loop, and it should contains the finite number of steps, and each operation should be simple and should complete a finite time. Okay, for this one we'll take the some of the examples also, and once the algorithm is completion, we are going to developing the flowchart for that particular problem. Flowchart is nothing but a pictorial representation of the solution of that particular problem. And here, whatever that pictures, whatever that symbols we are going to using, it is standardized by the ANSI, American National Standard Institute. Here, first of all, we'll see the what are the symbols we are going to using, what are the pictures we are going to using. First one will be the terminator. Terminator symbol is going to be used at the beginning of the flowchart and end of the flowchart. For that sake, we are going to using the oval shape. And the next one, suppose whatever that problem solution, we are going to taking the sum of the inputs, and it is going to be giving the sum of the outputs. For that input and output purpose, we are going to using the parallelogram symbol. And we are going to processing the sum of the statements. Means it is going to be executing the sum of the statement. Some of the calculations it is going to be performing. Some of the assignment statements it is going to be performing. For this process purpose, we are going to using the rectangle symbol. Rectangle symbol. And along with that one, to represent the flow from the top to bottom or bottom to the top, whatever it is, we are going to representing the flow lines. For that flow lines purpose, right arrow, left arrow, up arrow and down arrow we are going to using. And along with that one, in some of the cases, we want to check up the particular condition. Based on that particular condition, whether it is true or false. If it is true, it is going to be performing some particular task. If it is false, it is going to be performing the some other task. For that decision making purpose, we are going to using the diamond symbol. And the connector symbol, we are going to using the more than one line is going to be interacting in any place. There we are going to using the connector symbol. Or if it is not fit into the single page, we are going to writing that flowchart in the next page. For connection purpose, we are going to using the connector symbol. Connector is nothing but a circle symbol we are going to using. Okay, whatever these algorithms and flowcharts we are going to considering, these totally these are two things is going to be having the three types of pattern methods. What are that pattern methods means? Here sequential pattern means here whatever that program means instructions will be available, line by line it is going to be executing. And a conditional pattern will be available based on that particular condition, which group of statements is going to be executed. Thus one is going to be specifying the conditional pattern. And some of the statements, repeatedly it is going to be executing more than once. That one we are going to representing as the iterational or repetitive. We will see now one by one. Okay, first of all, we are going to take in the example of sequential. Means sequential, for that purpose, we are going to taking the one problem. That problem is nothing but finding the average of the given three numbers. Finding the average of given three numbers. For that one, first of all, we are going to developing the algorithm. After completion of that algorithm, we are going to developing the flowchart. While writing the algorithm, here first one is going to be specifying the first statement. We have to specify as the begin. From that onwards, it is going to be beginning of that particular algorithm. Because of this, here we are going to writing the begin. In first statement, we are going to specifying the what are the three numbers. We want to calculate the average. We have to get that particular three numbers. Because of that reason, this is nothing but the input symbol. Input we are going to specify. For that input purpose, we can use the read or input also. Here I am going to writing read A comma B comma C. Totally three numbers we are going to representing as the A comma B comma C. After that one, statement 2, we are going to calculating the sum equal to A plus B plus C. Statement 3, step 3, average equal to sum by 3. Already average calculated, and we are going to printing of that particular average value. Because of this, we are going to writing step 4, print average. And end, this is the algorithm is going to be ending here itself. Same thing we are going to developing in the flowchart. Already we specified that at the beginning and at the end. For the beginning of a flowchart and ending of the flowchart, we are going to using the terminator symbol. Because of this, we are going to using the terminator. It is nothing but the starting of the flowchart. Where here we are going to reading the A comma B comma C. Because of this reason, we are going to using the parallelogram symbol. In that parallelogram, we are going to writing read A comma B comma C. After that one, we are going to performing the some calculation purpose. This is nothing but the processing. Because of that reason, we are going to taking the rectangle A plus B plus C is going to be added, and that value will be assigned to the sum variable. And the next one also going to be considering as a calculation, and sum by 3 is going to be calculating, and that value will be assigned to the average. And it is going to be printing that particular average, and it is going to be stopping. Means so totally sequential statements is nothing but line by line execution. There is no ambiguity. That's all. Okay. Next one we are going to considering example for conditional pattern. Example for the conditional pattern. Here we are going to take in the problem. Problem is nothing but we have to display the maximum value of the given two numbers. Maximum value from the given two numbers. While writing the algorithm, already we specified the, first of all, we are going to writing the begin, and step 1, we are going to reading the two variables, read A comma B, and step 2, we are going to checking the condition if A is greater than B. If this condition is true, max value is going to be holding the A value. If this condition becomes false, means A is not greater than B, at that time it will come to the step 6, and the maximum value is going to be holding the B. Even this condition, if you want to convert in the reverse way also, if B is greater than A or A is less than B, like this, whichever is comfortable to you, you can write that type of condition here. Based on this condition true, what it is going to be performing. Whenever this condition is false, what is going to be performing, here we have to specify. Finally, it is going to be printing the maximum value, and it is going to be ending. This is the algorithm to find out the maximum value from the given two numbers. Now we will see the flowchart for that particular problem. Start symbol means it a terminator we are going to using, and we are going to specifying the starting of flowchart, and we are going to using the rectangle parallelogram to reading the A comma B values, and we are going to specifying the diamond symbol. Diamond symbol is nothing but to checking the taking the decision if A is greater than B. Whenever this condition is true, it will come to this side, and it is going to be printing the A value. If this after printing, it is going to be stopping the program. If not A is not greater than B, then this condition becomes false. It will print the B value, and it will come to the stop. It is going to be ending here itself. Totally, this is the algorithm and flowchart for the conditional pattern. Next pattern we will see that iterational or repetitive. Here some group of statements repeatedly more than once it is going to be executing. Here the problem we are going to considering that finding the sum of given n numbers. Means we are going to giving the n value. Based on that one, that much of now values it is going to be considering, and it is going to be calculating the sum of that particular number. Algorithm is going to be beginning with the begin, and step 1 is nothing but the read n, means totally how many values you want to read it. That one we are going to specify the n. For counting purpose, we are going to using the one counter variable, and to store the adding values, we are going to using the sum variable. It is initialized with the 0, and repeating through step 7 while count is less than or equal to n. Now what is that count value? 1. Try to assume that n value will be the 5, And whenever it is going to be executing this fourth step, 1 is less than or equal to 5. Because of this, it is going to be reading the x value. Means here, first of all, it is going to be taking the first value, and some value will be added to that particular x. Means 0 plus x is going to be considering. Counter is going to be incrementing. Once incrementing, again it will be come to the step 4. Again, we are going to checking that condition. Count is less than or equal to n. Now 2 is less than or equal to 5. Because of this, a second value is going to be reading. Second value is going to be adding to the sum value, and finally it is going to be storing into the sum. Counter is going to be incrementing the 1. Counter now value will be the 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Again it is going to be reading third value. Third value will be added to the sum. Counter becomes as 4. 4 is less than or equal to 5. Because of this, a fourth value is going to be reading, and that value will be added to the sum. Counter is incremented. Now counter value will be the 5. 5 is not less than, but it is equal to the 5. Because of this, again it will be enter into this executing this same statement. Now read x value, means fifth value is going to be reading. Fifth value is going to be adding to the sum, and counter is going to be incrementing. Now counter value will be the 6, and 6 not less than or equal to 5. Because of this, it will come to the out of this particular loop, and it will come to the step 8. On this particular step 8, it is going to be having the print sum. Whatever that sum value will be available, it is going to be printing, and it is going to be stopping the algorithm. For this one, same thing will be implemented as a flowchart. First one will be the start, and read n value. Counter is initialized to 1, and sum is initialized with 0, and counter value will be less than the n. We are going to consider in the less than or equal to. Sorry, here some mistake. Less than or equal to. And whenever this counter equal to less than or equal to, it will get the read value. One value is going to be reading. That value will be adding to the sum, and the counter is going to be incrementing. Counter is again less than or equal to n. Again it is going to be performing the same task. Whenever counter value becomes as 6, it will come to the false condition, and it will be printing of that particular sum value, and it is going to be stopping. Means totally here this programming development steps is nothing but it will be useful before coding version, before coding of that particular program. Because of this, for any problem, if you are going to writing the algorithm as well as the flowcharts, it will be easy to implement the in coding part. Once coding is going to be completed, we can run and we can execute the particular program. Okay, please share this video to your near and dear, and try to subscribe this channel for your future videos. Thank you.